welcome back. So, if you are not a subscriber, please like and subscribe. And today I want to talk about 12 of the chakras. I know I previously mentioned, like briefly, the 7 chakras, but today I'm going to talk about 12 of them. I know it was brought to my attention. Someone commented about, like, I guess the third eye video. So basically we want to kind of like go over a little bit of some of that. So we first should basically talk about what are chakras. The word chakra itself is used in the Sanskrit language, which belongs to Hinduism or Buddhism. It's like the religion there in India. But basically, when we talk about the chakras, they are, like I mentioned before, in the first chakra I would like to talk about is the earth chakra. It's basically like your personal link to the earth life force, as well as like the crystalline grid and the divine light, within the earth. The second chakra I would like to talk about is the root chakra. This one's located pretty much at the base of your spine. It is it basically helps you to stay energized, it's centered, and like active, like daily. Like you have to stay grounded to be able to do that. Like if you are discombobulated or not thinking straight, like that's going to be thrown off. You're not going to be able to focus on any given day. The third chakra I would like to talk about is the sacral chakra. That one basically like governs sexuality and creativity. It's basically like how you react, with other people, how you interact with other people. It's like about abundance and, social relationships, that sort of thing. We have the navel chakra. That one's literally located in between the sacral chakra as well as the solar plexus chakra. And as like I just mentioned a second ago, the solar plexus chakra, it governs basically like your feelings, like far as like positive energy and negative energy, because it's kind of like where you store your energy, so you have both, like you have positive and you have negative energy. If you reach this level, it's like if your energy is off, then like you're gonna have fear, you're gonna have stress, anxiety, all that. But if it's like more so positive, then you're gonna have like growth and success basically, and like healing and stuff like that. The sacral chakra pretty much governs like your masculinity, which could be like your strengths, protecting other people, basically like like courage, stuff like that, like pretty much your masculine qualities. The next one is your heart chakra. It is pretty much like where the spiritual as well as the physical meet, because it's like the center of your being. And so like it pretty much controls, like your love for yourself as well as for other people. The next chakra is basically our throat chakra. It is like it rules over our communication, like in our throat and stuff. So like it's like how we obviously find our personal expressions, our ability to communicate with other people, like our listening skills, basically finding our truth, The following chakra I mentioned previously is the third eye chakra. That chakra pretty much helps you reach like to a subconscious level. A lot of people say they're like psychic and they can see things when they reach the third eye chakra. And that pretty much, like I said in the previous video, it sits right here between your two brows. It's pretty much like it just basically helps you connect to the spiritual realm basically. The next one I want to talk about is the causal chakra. That one, it depends on where it sits at. If it's like literally above your crown chakra, then it pretty much activates the Archangel Crystal and the Twin Mallory. And what happens then is it's like you have more like femininity qualities, like feminine qualities. Um, Basically like purity, intuition, love. Like you're more so, have that ruling you at that moment. Like because as I mentioned before, with the masculine qualities, there's obviously feminine qualities, and so as you reach to a certain level in your life, you feel more so like intuition or like a certain type of quality, which brings me to the soul star chakra. With the soul star chakra, basically like if it's activated, you can reach like your highest level of consciousness, which is super cool. Um, you know, it's basically like when the light, like the divine light, flows and connects you to the infinite power of the divine light, and it pretty much like flows through your whole entire body and replenishes you to make you feel like whole again. Like it doesn't make you feel the same way you felt previously before you reach to this level, because you're at your highest point of consciousness. The last one I want to talk about is the divine gateway chakra. Um, this one allows you to pretty much like reach other realms, like other spiritual realms, other worlds, other dimensions, because you've pretty much, activated, to the highest point. You reach the highest point that you could possibly go through. Um, so you can ascend and, expand and pretty much gain more spiritual skills than what you already have obtained. And pretty much that's it, guys. Like, that's the only 12 chakras I pretty much focus on. As I mentioned, there are 114. And so, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for today. Um, but I do have something I'd like to say, though. When I think about theosophy, I think about Helena Blavatsky, I think that was her name. Um, I think about her because if you think about the chakras, um, she believed in certain things like that. Like, in order to reach our highest point of consciousness, like there's certain levels within us we can reach that level. Like we can go and elevate it up higher and transcend, you know. So when I think about her and I think about that, I'm just trying to figure out if you guys know like who I'm talking about. Like, what is your take on that? Like, what do you believe? Um, like, is the connection between the chakras and her? Like, what she believed in. If you know who this is, maybe you can like comment down below and we can discuss it. Because I find some things really interesting when it comes to religion. Um, like I mentioned previously with the whole hoodoo and voodoo thing, how people get it mixed up. Even though one thing's a practice and another thing is actual religion. Um, and so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, uh, being so it's like obviously a philosophy, and then you have, like, like actual religion. So I'm trying to see if there's anybody who can pretty much explain certain things. Like, how do you feel about the fact that she pretty much believed in, the spiritual realm? She believed in the whole movement. God may be achieved through, spiritual ecstasy, that type of stuff. Like, how do you guys feel about that? And basically, like me personally, like I don't have any issues with religion whatsoever. Like you guys should know by now. Like I'm more so like towards like spiritual stuff, and that's pretty much what I. Pretty much that's where I'm at. So, um, I do believe though we can pretty much reach to a higher level with our minds, and a lot of us have achieved that like to the fullest point. But then a lot of us are on certain levels right now that we haven't ascended because of all the imbalance that's going on around us, you know. So that's just pretty much where I'm at, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. And so I hope you like it. I hope I explained a little bit more of the chakras. I hope I answered some questions with the person who left the comment not long ago. And like I said, if you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe. If